I forgot how to do this.
It's been a while.
Oh, I don't even have. I don't need. Do I have the right audio? Oh, I do. Where are you? You almost look somewhere that's habitable for the first time ever.
Yeah, I'm in my parents' house. LOL.
Oh, that's cool. I'm crushed.
Yeah,
I drove
was
home
good.
from Sacramento and then took my kids to a bunch of shit and I fell asleep in the car. I've never not gone inside and watched my kids. You know, like some parents drop their kids off to all activities. I always go in, I always watch. Today I just fell asleep. Is that me?
What?
That echo?
I just changed my audio settings because I couldn't hear myself, so maybe it might be me.
So today I fell asleep in my car.
Oh,
My kid got out and went into jiu-jitsu practice and I fell asleep in the car. And I woke up and I was just covered in sweat because it was so fucking hot in the car. So then I came home and I worked out like an animal. I did 120 cals on the assault bike, rest 3 minutes, and then I did 6 pull-ups, 7 burpees, 8 snatches with the 50-pound dumbbell. Rested a minute, 10 rounds. Pretty good. And now can you tell I'm just a sweaty mess?
yeah, you look glossy.
Yeah, that's what my wife said. I go, do I look just crushed? She's all, no, you're glowing. You're glowing.
Yeah, glowing. That word.
Damn. Woo!
I did today's Sentinel workout.
How was that? What was that?
It was a bunch of front squats, which I'm not very good at. And then it's like 20 minutes of it's supposed to be walking lunges, but I just did them in place with a dumbbell. But I didn't even use the dumbbell because my knees were hurting.
Oh, how were the lunges? Did your butt feel bulbous when you were done?
Yeah, felt,
Oh,
felt pretty good.
I like that feeling.
Yeah, and then box step ups and push ups. But yeah, I feel like I haven't worked out in a few days because we were doing a bunch of bullshit this weekend. That was not as fun as what you guys were doing.
Dude. It was really cool.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun with I'm gonna make sure I don't forget anyone's name. I had a lot of fun with Bill. Grumler's cool as shit. John was cool.
yeah,
I just from all the stories I had heard that staying with him being a shit show, no signs of it.
really.
Dude, it was crazy. 2 weeks in a row. He was extremely pleasant.
That man, he must have tightened it up because the first time I stayed with him, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was yeah, I heard none of he was remarkable. Barkley was great.
Cool.
Rios was great. Souza was great. Dude, I cannot tell you what a rock star Jenny is. I pretty much her and Bryson are the only 2 people I haven't seen have some sort of actually Bill Grunler too. But Jenny had no emotional glitches. She's unflappable and she is a workhorse.
Mm,
She is a workhorse. It is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. She's one of those people who's an amplifier. So if one person can like work at level 10, then she comes and she'll work at level 10, but it won't equal 20, it'll equal 30. You know what I mean? That kind of person. Like you're just like
It's
by
like
day
like exponential.
yeah, like I don't know what that means that's some math shit, but basically every day we get there and we set up and every day we take down and like by the last day she was crushing it. She's the coolest. I'm obsessed with Jenny. She's worth being obsessed about. She said something kind of crazy to me. I don't know if it's private. I'm gonna mischaracterize it a little bit, but basically, I'm like, God, like you're crazy bulletproof, and you're a girl. Like you have less like I would expect something like that, like from a guy, right? And then when a
Right.
guy's bulletproof, you kind of feel a little tension around him. Like JR's bulletproof, but you feel a little like he could feel a little wound, a little tight. You know what I mean? Like he needs to ejaculate. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he can get pretty intense. But
Yeah,
but
you're
but
not
no,
really
not
sure what he's
drawn.
thinking most of the time.
Yeah, not dramatic intense or annoying or like you have to walk on eggshells intense, but you just feel like
You know he's like like something's going on upstairs all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny, it's not like that, and, she seems unflappable, and at one time I'm totally gonna mischaracterize this, but she basically said that, like, she has 3 daughters, and she's so tough that even, like, breakup not even, like, heartbreak could make her cry. Like, even if God, I wish I could, remember exactly, but we were talking, I was like, "Man, if my wife left me, I'd cry for a fucking week," and she's like, "Not me." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I
Well, then
believed it, you know what I mean? Like, you know how some guy might say that and you would see it as bravado?
yeah.
Not her.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, and you could say anything around her.
Yeah.
At one point, we were all hanging out, I was like, "Damn, Jenny, if you didn't have a pussy, I'd invite you into the locker room." She goes like this, she
Oh my god. Oh my
She's yeah,
god.
she's an assassin. She's great. She's great. Who else was there? Taylor and Bryson. Fuck, man, I love those guys. They are so fun.
Yeah, they're cool.
I got into a really good, fight and argument, me and Souza against Bryson and Taylor. That was fun. We were talking about, competition, about, Susan and I were on the side of, if the competition requires a squat clean, you should be able to do a power clean and then just a front squat. You just have to do range of motion. And they were on the side of, no, you have to execute what you're supposed to do. You know, what it's programmed as. And we're like, no, that you do that. That's in the gym, but in competition, all competition should just be just range of motion. So it was cool. I enjoyed fighting with them.
Mm.
Um,
I feel like I'm with them on that discussion.
okay. Uh, we can fight later. Jay Vera was there. He was great. So basically what happened is we spent I spent 20 hours. Susan and I spent 20 hours researching what do you do to make sure you have a stream? Like what's the latest best technology, right?
Mhm.
And we invested eh, eh, probably $7,000 in 20 hours of time. Tons of time on tech support, all that shit. And so what we found out is there's 5G service in Sacramento, California with AT&T and T and with Verizon. And we
Mm.
found out that there's Elon shit is there, Starlink, that thing you use.
Right.
And so we found this router. It's called a bonded router and it costs $4,000. And basically you put both SIM cards in it and the Starlink and it simultaneously uses all three of them at the same time. And
Okay.
then it sends the information out. So basically any two could give you a 4K stream, but then you have a third one for a backup. And we're like, well, fuck, we're doing a 1080 stream. What do we, you know what I mean?
Right. What does it
So I
matter?
got the business accounts at Verizon, at AT&T. I went to I got a Starlink. We got all that shit. And then we get to the site, and the site's a beautiful site. It's beautiful. It's in this park, but it's below street level. It's in what looks like a floodplain in Sacramento. Sacramento, basically the delta from the Pacific Ocean runs all the way into Sacramento. So there's all these low-lying areas, and it's this huge park that's like basically looks like a floodplain. And so there's trees everywhere there, huge trees, 50-foot tall trees, but the tops of the trees are still at street level because you drive down into this park.
Right.
So we get there and, I'm seeing that people are texting pictures and shit. None of the pictures are coming in. And when I text pictures out, they can't go out. You're just getting like, like when you're on an airplane and you're in the airplane Wi-Fi, you just get that says like, you got to click the button and then try to download it.
Right.
And I'm like, oh shit, dude.
That's
So
not good.
so we go to our broadcast booth. And where they set us up, where Blair and, Janine and Ben Alderman set us up, a good spot, shaded, a tent that was covered, gave us tons of privacy, made everyone stay the fuck away from us. It was all the setup was great. They gave us a huge fat generator with all the power we could ever want, but there was no signal down there,
Jeez.
just dead. And
Mm.
we got there Wednesday. We spent we spent 12 hours there Thursday from 7 to 7 trying to figure it out. They brought in, Janine brought in, they had a crane there that they were going to hang a giant flag from that went up 60 feet. We put the Starlink on that and
Right.
sent it up.
Nothing.
Nada. I mean, it was
That's
just it
insane.
was just trickling. The Starlink's like, it was just trickling. So, at the last minute, basically we knew we lost. Do you know what I mean? Like it was intense, intense, intense. And it's like,
Right.
you're not getting
You're
late
like,
tonight.
we're fucked. Yeah.
I'm going home and watching TV. Like,
Yeah.
So, we're like, okay, we'll just do them like they're live, and then upload them. And once we resigned to that, it was so fun. I can't tell you how much fun I had. Did I forget anyone? I
That's
don't think
good.
I probably forgot someone. Oh, Colton and Allie were there. Colton was great. His chick's cool. He's lucky. I'm
Really?
so critical of dudes' chicks, and his chick was so cool. Yeah, she's
Yeah, she
so
seems pretty cool.
so easy. Dude, I was watching Andrew Hiller's piece,
The one
and
that just came out?
yeah, and
Okay.
there's the do you remember that old CrossFit girl from Invictus?
Kristen Holta?
No, she doesn't compete anymore. She's pregnant. She dates that guy Rasmus. He's
Lauren
from
Fisher.
Stockton. Lauren Fisher. So I'm just watching it. I'm just chilling, watching it. And Lauren and her and Rasmus, cool,
Yeah.
super cool dude, European dude, which is
Mhm.
kind of weird to say that there's a cool European dude. And um, they're in their booth and they're selling shit. And Andrew said something to him like, "Hey, you're a good salesman." And she goes, "Yeah, but he talks too much."
I caught that.
I fucking hated her. I just hate, like, yo, bitches, shut the fuck up.
That's part of being a salesperson, right? Is that you
Or just
talk
don't
to people.
but don't talk about your man like that on Hiller's video. Like, that's my takeaway now of Rasmus. He talks too much.
I mean, but you don't know that. That's just what she's saying.
Yeah, and I think that he's in a miserable relationship. He didn't even flinch. Like, in his head, I thought I saw, "Oh, this bitch just undermined me again in public." Like, "Hey, dude,
I
give your man that feedback later."
He looks miserable. He I saw a video that Lauren posted on her story, like, on Facebook or something, which, for one, I can't believe people even use that for any sort of
That clock?
anything. No, no, it was her personal Facebook account.
Oh, okay. Oh,
She
okay.
posted a video of him working out on her personal Facebook account, like
Yeah,
it's like her business or something like that.
yeah,
But anyway, it was just him, like, doing some cleans or something, and she turned to him, like, said something, and then he goes, "Why are you filming? What are you doing?" And, like, kinda, like, was not stoked about it.
yeah.
And if I'm him and I see that, like, he looks I think he's been in hiding for a while, like, he doesn't really post anything about himself, and I think it's because he's fat.
Oh,
He got fat.
I see. You know what's crazy? I don't know what's wrong with me, 'cause I didn't think he looked fat, but someone else told me he looked
Dude,
like he put on 50 pounds.
yeah, it looks like you put on 50 pounds.
Oh,
He was, like,
I'd go
at
into
least a
hiding.
little
If I put on 50 pounds, I'd go into hiding too.
100%, I don't blame him, but I think he's, like, depressed, like, he looks like shit, and I don't know what's going on, but I feel
One of the
bad.
fittest
Like, yeah,
guys in the world. One of
yeah,
the fittest guys in the world, and then he got fat.
100%. Jeremy World, Travis Williams fat. No, I would not Travis Williams fat to that extent, but it's pretty close, and
Janelle Winston, he's eating his feelings.
yeah,
Anyway, don't put your man down in public. It's fucking so lame. Do not talk back to your man. It goes both ways, obviously. The dude shouldn't be putting his chick down, but I feel like it's so lame. But that being said, there's something I realized this weekend. There's a lot of people who talk way too much who don't communicate shit. By the time I got home, I was completely like, I'm gonna give you an example.
please.
So I would ask someone, "What lane is Joe Blow in?"
Okay.
And someone would go,
That's a very specific
"Yeah,
question with a very specific
all I
answer.
need is lane 6."
Yep.
And they would be like, "Oh, Joe Blow is so cool." Okay. Now
Don't
tell me what
fucking
lane he's
care.
in. Did you know that, originally he was supposed to be in lane 14? Okay, I'm still waiting.
Still don't care.
Um, those shoes he's wearing are his competition shoes. He's been wearing those since he's always been, in every competition. Okay.
Still don't
The
care.
the lane choice here, no one knows how they chose the lanes. Okay, well, maybe that's a little bit of information I could
Oh
use, but I'm
my
still
god.
like, okay, the broadcast is about to happen. What lane is he in? And this shit goes on and on and on. And by the end, they somewhere in there they might tell me what lane he was in, but I don't know. I didn't hear it. So
Not
then
even
I go,
paying
what?
attention.
I go, what lane is he in? And the person will be like, just told you lane 6. And I was surrounded by people like that who were just giving me useless fucking information. People, we would be broadcasting, Bill and John and I, and people would come up and fucking talk to me.
Yes. Yes.
Not relevant stuff, not stuff like, "Hey, so and so fell down in lane 4."
Oh, hey, how's it
N
going? You look great today.
not a fist bump as they go by,
No.
but like actually try to be like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? You wanna hang out?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dude, you see the cameras, you see the event going, you see me sitting next to Bill and John with the fucking headset on." I mean,
Did I tell you I got into a shoving match with a guy at one of the pre-shows up in Syndicate?
no.
Yeah, so
What do you mean a pre-show? What we were doing
we were doing
pre-shows
like
there? I don't remember that.
yeah, it was just Spin and John and Tyler, and then I was just like helping produce it. That was where the
Up in the bleachers? Oh,
yeah,
just where we hung out in our
right.
spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the camera was just kind of a little offset because we kept moving it back and forth.
Yeah.
And so the, before like we're starting the show and I'm sitting like and we had forgotten to rope everything off. So as soon as we started, 3 retards decided to walk behind us.
Holy shit. By the way, there's
This
no room to walk behind you. It's so obvious.
and
All our bags are back there. There's a
yes,
huge table back there. It's so obvious.
if you walk behind
Yeah.
if you were to walk behind that booth, you were getting like knocked in the head by somebody's ass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you had to touch or someone's dick pushed up against you. My dick did push up against Barkley back there. I remember it.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, so for starters, these ding dongs walk across and then they stand like immediately next to me in the stairwell to get to like your seats of that set of bleachers.
Yeah.
And they set up and they just start like recording the teams. And for reference, they're like live streaming the teams from the stairwell of the bleachers.
Yeah.
And
Who were these guys? Were they athletes,
no
family?
fucking clue who they were.
Okay.
But these guys did it like it was like they were getting paid to be there to record the teams. And they were standing right next to me. Like his fucking cock and balls are right here with his phone. So he does that. And the teams nothing happens for the teams. Nobody's getting any money, or they get money, but nobody's like going to the games or anything. So it doesn't matter. And so I stand up, I grab the little divider thing, and I like walk it up, and I have to push him out of the way to attach the divider
Yeah.
for one push. That's the first time I pushed him. Then Spin goes, "Hey," or actually it was like twice because I had to push past him to get the divider and then push that past him again. Then Spin says, "Hey, can you adjust the camera?" I was like, "Yep, no problem." So I get up again and I have to shove past him again. And this time he like holds fast. Like he's like he's smaller than me by like 25 pounds, but we're like the same height. So when I go push past him, he like holds strong and like kind of shoves me into the table a little bit, still holding onto his camera, recording.
By the way,
Very
this is on stairs, people. This whole thing is like stairs.
yes, and people are walking up and down those stairs all the time. Like
Yeah.
they have like the only way to get to those seats is through those stairs.
Right.
So then I come back after adjusting the camera, and he does it again, and like kind of pushes me into the like table again, and then throws up his hands like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I'm like,
Like
"You're
you're
in
in
my
his way.
yeah, like I'm in his way." I
Yeah.
was like, "Dude, I'm running a broadcast here. You're filming teams for your local affiliate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody cares.
And there's 20 other places to stand up there. There's
Go
a
sit in the
shit.
front row.
Yeah,
Nobody's
yeah, go
watching
down.
this
Yeah,
shit."
you can get a better shot somewhere else.
Exactly. So
Right.
yeah, we got into a back and forth, and finally they like threw up their hands and moved away or something. Or like they had to switch spots.
Do you
But
remember in front of our table we had that rope at
yeah,
Syndicate?
yeah.
And so it was, like, so obvious not to walk through there,
I thought it was very obvious too.
and I saw 2 I don't know if I wanna say who they are, but I don't wanna say who, but anyway, I had my fill of society. I was 2 weeks of that, I was ready to, come home. Sevi never left his tent, privilege. You know what's crazy? You know what I was thinking? So, I think Rory said that, the production at Mayhem cost $200,000, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about if you're a fighter jet pilot, you're at the very, very top of the pyramid, meaning, there's a guy who washes your suit for you, there's a guy who puts your patches on, there's a guy who fills the gas with plane, there's 35 guys who take care of the plane, there's a guy who checks the air pressure. Like, you do nothing but fucking fly the fucking plane. And you probably have a support team of 200 guys, who deal with your plane. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's 500 guys. I have no fucking idea. But you have this huge support. So when you're a broadcast commentator, you have this whole team so that you can sit down and the paperwork is there and you show up there and you do your job, right? They tell you
Mhm.
who the sponsors are, everything. When when you do what we did this weekend, like, I got there every morning, I wiped down the tables with a paper towel. I was the one who Taylor was the one who brought us food. I was the one who cleaned up all the empty C4s and all that stuff. I'm the one going back to me and Jenny are the ones plugging the plugs into the generator. Like, you do everything. A pool boy passed out on the field right before I was about to broadcast. I just took off my headphones and ran to the first aid tent and helped him. Like, we're not there's no, like, you do everything. So I would have left the tent, but there was no, like, any time that I wasn't broadcasting, I was either picking up trash or trying to get papers for heat lists or I kept all the batteries charged for Bryson and Taylor. I mean, there's you know how it is. Like, you do everything. You don't just fly the plane, you do everything, you know?
Right.
So, and I'm not complaining about it. I mean,
That's the way it is.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it gives me a sense of control that I feel good about.
Yeah.
So I had a great time. The NorCal Classic is dope. If you're an
Well,
athlete, like, I could understand the frustration. There were some crazy things. The craziest thing I saw was this guy. There was an event that had it was the final event, and it was rope climbs and squat cleans, and you had to go back and forth between the two. And in between them, there were these two boxes. And I saw the boxes, I'm like, "Those boxes should not be there." And every heat, I saw people fall off the boxes, and the boxes were wiggling and shaking, and I saw Ilya jump up on a box, and the box rolled, and he landed on his tailbone and then did his last clean. It was hairball, dude.
um,
I liked it. I liked the Nate Ackerman thing. I liked the Jorge. I mean, like, as someone covering the event, I loved every bit of it. I was like, "Wow, this is the greatest event." Um
Jeez.
but if you're an athlete and you're not, like, emotionally sound,
You're fucked.
dude,
You're fucked.
there's gonna be some shit there. Hey, you need a if you're gonna go to that event, you're gonna take it seriously, you need an extra pair of eyes who's doing all this shit for you, because everything is changing so quickly. You could get out on the floor and the weights could change, the boxes could change, the range of motion can change. So you need someone there who's, like, giving you the information.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's what the point of
y
having a coach is, right? Like,
yeah, I guess.
or I mean, and I don't know.
Didn't
I
you
don't
say an
expect.
athlete asked you something recently at Syndicate?
Yeah, I forgot this happened until like probably 2 hours ago. But I was on the floor with it was the women's. It was probably the final heat of the women's for that rope climb. I think it was toes to bar and then walking
This is
lunge
at Syndicate
at Syndicate. Yeah,
this year.
this year, like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. And Reese Littlewood was like smoking this event, way ahead of everybody. Finished probably, I think she finished in like 3 rounds or something like that.
By the
Something
way, she was
ridiculous.
on Clydesdale podcast. What a cool chick. Like, she can talk and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
she's
Yeah, I
cool.
mean she was cool when Taylor interviewed her too. So that was awesome. But she gets there was intervals between the each round. So you got like a minute of rest or 2 minutes of rest, whatever it was. And I'm recording her with the little like dick mic thing, the camera that we had. I'm following her. She's just dropped her kettlebell, starts walking back, and she looks directly at me and says, "I just have to lunge to the end to finish, right?" And I said, "I don't know. Sure." I was not pay You think I'm paying attention to how many rounds? Dude, I
How
don't even
many
know
of it?
what the workout is.
How many events have you filmed?
Fucking 2?
Yeah, and so and that is what it's like. I feel like at every event when I'm on the floor, an athlete asks me a question.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's if I'm on the floor filming, eventually someone will talk to me. Some athlete will say something to me.
Yeah, I think I've had a couple interactions just in the 2 that I've been to. And when she said that, I honestly my heart sank. I was like, "I have no idea." And I know if she did I just saw her, like, like, amp herself up for the last round, like, you could
Yeah,
see her, like, getting excited to finish. I was
yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm fucked if this is not if that was the wrong answer." And but it was fine, obviously.
I honestly, that competition is great. I actually text Ben today. I was like, "Hey, where are you doing it next year?" Because I was thinking already. I was like, "I wonder what they're gonna do if they want to stream it there." I think you can get I heard you could get a cell phone tower for 40 grand. That's a fucking lot of money. But I don't know even if you do get it for 40 grand, I don't know if you can isolate it just for the stream. I don't know
Oh,
if you
like,
can be I
everybody
don't
would be pulling from it?
Yeah, I don't know if you can just tell AT&T, "Hey, bring a cell phone tower down here. Here's 40 grand," and then
Make
only
sure it has
your
a
shit.
Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, only your shit gets on it.
Yeah.
Um, but I fucking love the event, and as a storyteller, all the shit going on there, like, if it would've ran if it would've ran without that Nate, I mean, it would've been fine, but if that Nate and Taylor and Ilya and Blair Morrison and Jorge Fernandez shit didn't go down, it would be 10% less cool.
Yeah.
Uh, Sevon, can we buy one and put it in our armory? Oh, yeah, just in one of, Barkley, put it in Suze's bag of goodies. Uh 2 weeks out. The comp was messy. I don't know what you mean by that, but for a lot of those athletes that was their second or third or fourth shot to make to the game, so kinda fitting it was messy. What do you mean messy? Like, I mean, I had crazy snot rockets. I had crazy boulders. You mean like that messy, or you mean messy like
Like, the Gator race, like, I guess the run got scrapped. Well, you saw that in Taylor, yeah.
for the teenagers?
Yeah, I don't I think well, they yeah.
The teenagers
I guess
got
it was
lost
gonna
on
be for everybody, wasn't it?
yeah, the teenagers got lost on the trail or something.
I don't know why you would think that was gonna work without, like, insane signage for kids.
Yeah, I never saw the trail, so I don't know, but John ran it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Messy, just weights changing, flooring. Yeah, there was I saw one time on the flooring, when Colton was doing the wall balls, the lunge wall balls, he was in a fuck spot where the flooring was buckled, and one of his right foot was on a piece of flooring that went like this every time he did a lunge.
Oh my god.
Hey, one dude the dude who went in that lane that Colton was in afterwards, you know what he did? He lifted up the flooring and put his feet underneath it.
Oh,
So the flooring was on top of the front of his feet.
okay. Yeah, that works. You just keep
More
shoving his foot underneath it every time.
more camera time, for, Nate's mom. I never saw Nate's mom. People told me she was fucking hot. And then someone said and then I read a comment, they said the most unbelievable thing of the weekend was that Nate's mom and Sevon are the same age.
Oh,
And I was
really?
like, I mean, I read into it, but I took it as that I look all fucked up for being 53 and she's hot. That's that's the way I took it.
Oof. Oof.
I think I lost 5 pounds at Syndicate and 5 pounds at, where were we? Sacramento at NorCal Classic. It was so hot. But I think Blair Morrison lost 15 pounds. He looked
Really?
like
It was like
yeah,
that?
dude, he looked like a totally different person than day one. He looked like a skeleton by the end. He got so thin. I mean, it was hot as shit. He was probably sweating and not eating.
Oh,
She
yeah.
looks 35.
Yeah,
She's
you're
hot.
fucked. You're fucked.
Oh, really? Is she sweet? Oh, yeah. Jesus criminy, that could be his girlfriend, dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't rem
wild.
I
Dude,
don't
look at her.
remember him looking like that. Is he black? What's his hair doing? Or is that a afro?
That's just the look these days. That's the look that they're going with.
His hair, he's either part black or he didn't wash his hair for him. It looks like he has like 600 thick strands of hair. He looks like a Muppet. That's not what he looks like in person.
That's the vibe. That's the messy mop top look that kids are going with these days.
Listen, I would look just like her if I shaved my beard and got a haircut. Jeff Bako, that pic doesn't do her justice. Holy shit, how much is that? Did she just hang clean?
115.
Oh, I can do that. I don't have that weird wide stance either. Her arms might be bigger than mine. Oh, is that her right there? Go right there.
No, that's her daughter.
Oh. All right. So fucking Nate's mom's hotter than me. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna defend it. I didn't make it to the end of Hiller's video. I didn't see her in Hiller's video. I didn't make it to the last 10 minutes. Stephen Flores, I saw her there, crazy hot. Oh. All right.
Yeah, I think I'm like 20 minutes in. It's good.
Someone said the last 5 seconds are the best part.
Well, guess I'm gonna have to last a little longer.
Tomorrow, I don't even know if I'm gonna do Dave Castro's weekend review right now. Tomorrow, Patrick Sprague's coming on.
Yeah, that's cool.
I saw Brian Friend there.
You guys talk?
No, I didn't engage him at all.
Huh.
I saw Brian Friend and I saw Pool Boy's feet. I touched Pool Boy's toes, each toe. I touched every toe on Pool Boy's foot.
Why?
He was in the medical tent and I put ice in his toes, in between his toes.
That's well,
Gay?
okay.
Gay? You think that's gay? You never heard of that medically? I just thought, isn't that cool? Good to cool down the feet. I just made an impromptu medical call. You know what's funny? I ran into the medical tent and started treating him with my procedure, and no one said anything to me.
With all your medical expertise, that's what you did. Yeah. You just started throwing ice cubes in between his toes.
Yeah, I pulled his toes apart. I was like rubbing ice in between his toes.
Oh my God. I would not touch anybody's feet after a workout.
He had nice feet. They were fine.
He probably gets pedicures.
You're right. He probably does. All right. My son got scratched today in jiu-jitsu.
Are they supposed to clip their nails or something?
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. Big scratch on his neck.
Really?
Yeah, annoys the fuck out of me. He was bleeding.
Ooh.
Did you see that girl's some girl said that we told someone on the live stream to suck someone's dick or something? She's like,
DICK?
I was watching the Syndicate stream and one of the commentators told someone to suck their DICK.
I know I offered up giving somebody a blowjob for donating a bunch of money. I said I would donate a blowjob.
How many times were you on the live stream?
Twice.
Probably. Twice. And I think I said a fucking gazillion heats and you were able to get in a blowjob call.
Pedro actually punched me one time. I called the athletes fucking idiots.
Oh my God.
And Pedro was like, shut the fuck up. Like, oh.
On the live stream?
On the live stream, yeah. That was shortly after I said It was probably honestly probably in the same show. I said, because I was talking about that. What's that? Brandon Smith. I was talking about how he's huge, like how he's like everybody
Huge.
thinks he's huge, but he's actually like normal sized, and
Oh,
everybody's just really fucking small. I was like,
fair
yeah,
enough.
he's actually normal sized compared to these fucking idiots or something like that. And then Pedro smacked me, and then somebody donated $500, and I was like, yeah, I think that deserves a blowjob.
I met that guy who donated the $500.
Did you really?
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Does he want a blowjob?
No, I think he got a wife and 5 kids. I think
All right,
he's banging away at home.
that's fine. I'll save it for somebody else, I guess.
And um when Pedro swears and says stuff like that, I just feel like it's
It's PG.
it's okay because he's got an Irish accent. You know
Everything
what I mean?
he says is okay because he has an Irish accent.
Yeah, it's like fine.
It's like when
And
Australians say cunt.
yeah,
You're like, you don't it doesn't even register to you. But if I
no.
say it, they're like, whoa, wait, what?
And he didn't tell someone to suck his dick. He said, "Eat a bag of dicks," or "Eat a dick. Eat a dick."
There you go. Wow.
Yeah,
How about you get it right?
yeah. Eat a dick is totally different than suck a dick, I think.
Yeah, I feel like if you say eat a dick, it's a little bit more aggressive.
Oh,
Like
you
you're
do?
like,
I think
yeah,
suck a dick is crass and eat a dick is funny.
okay. Yeah, I could see that.
But maybe you're in the same camp as her. Anyway,
That's fucked up.
I guess that we should do this. Dave Castro weekend review.
I watched it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
My wife started talking to me about it. I'm like, babe, I haven't seen it.
I'm glad I watched it because I I had to find something from it. And when we get to it, I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay. Here we go.
June 9th, 2025 weekend review. Oh, that was really good.
I'll turn
That
my
was
volume down.
just outside of the bullseye in the black. Let me take a photo in.
Dave looks young.
Yeah, he looks spry. Looks
He got a haircut and he looks all young and shit.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
So here, there it is, right
Wow, he hits the board.
there. You can see it right there.
He hits
Huh.
the look at him with his
All right,
fancy
let me
editing.
move on. So this week I went to Virginia Beach, and I was there for a few days. Dropped into 8 or 9 gyms, CrossFit gyms, and I spent some time with Ben Smith. Caught up with him and his dad. Had a good conversation with him. Caught up with a lot of affiliates. I go out to Virginia Beach once or twice every year, every couple of years. So there's a number of affiliates that I do know from there. So
I go once or twice a year every couple of years.
Yeah.
I don't even understand. What the fuck does that mean?
Once or twice a year. Sometimes every year, sometimes every other year.
Okay.
was able to
That's mill talk. Thank you.
spend some time, get into some of the
You know what's there, right?
Oh, I know. And I was gonna ask if you think he went to his if
He went to he went to something.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's the SEAL base. Yeah. He's over
Yeah.
he was doing something over there.
Yeah, I don't think you go there. I don't think if you're Dave, I don't think you go there without stopping by and seeing all your friends.
And what's weird is I don't think I don't want to call Dave a pop seal, but I don't think the pop seals get invited to Virginia Beach.
Well, for one, I don't think there are very many pop seals. There's like I can think of 3 seals, including Dave, that would be like well known enough, but also be allowed to go back and hang out at SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, like I don't think the guy who killed bin Laden or the guys who claim to have killed bin Laden, I don't think that those guys are ever invited back there. I don't think.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to say. Probably not.
boxes and have some good conversations with affiliates and members. Always enjoy dropping into gyms. Someone asked me a question. I'll read it now. Hey Dave, how do you determine what affiliates you stop into when you're visiting an area? So Google. If I get to an area, I usually don't pre-plan any of my drop-ins. If I get to an area and I have so I landed the day I landed in Virginia Beach, after I landed, I went to a gun shop. I needed to check out a couple things. Checked out a couple things at that gun shop, and then from there, I
Why would he need to go to a gun shop in Virginia Beach? Could you buy a gun there and have it sent to California?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
I think Virginia. I think that area is very prominent in building like weapon, or like there are companies that build weapons there, and I think that they're obviously using the SEAL teams to help develop them. Probably that's my guess. So
Okay.
just from proximity's sake, they have like a testing ground for weapons.
Okay.
Googled, or actually knew I wanted to go to Krypton. Texted Ben, said, "Hey, I'm going to come to Krypton," and put Krypton into the navigation. And on the way, it was about 20 minutes. I Googled if there was any other gyms in the area, and there was one on the way. So I went there, and that was the first afternoon. The second day, I ended up going to 6 or 7 gyms, and same thing, just Googled and looked for gyms that were near where I was. I also spent some time with Jason Fernandez from Best Hour. Went to his gym, and we had some really good conversations, caught up, and talked about what they're doing.
Was Jason Fernandez a SEAL?
I can't remember, but I think Jason Fernandez's gym is CrossFit Rife, and his SEAL Team 6 guy used to go there. So that's like another big
Is
deal.
he a mil guy? Was he in the military?
I can't remember. I think he was.
Someone in the chat will say. I didn't know that about him.
Talked about what we're doing, talked about areas where we.
I also didn't know Ben Smith's gym was over there. When I think of Ben Smith's gym, CrossFit Krypton, I picture it being like in Pennsylvania, like an Amish company, Amish country.
It's out there. It doesn't seem like it's not very close to anything. When I lived in Virginia, I was like, oh, I'll go down there, and then I realized it's like an hour from my house. Like I lived in the Hampton, Virginia Beach area, and like just from that area, it's like another hour.
Okay.
So we could work together more. So always good catching up with Jason, and those guys at Best Hour are doing really good things for affiliates. So cool seeing the success they're having. Came back from that trip. I ended up getting back Friday night at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then the next day woke up, worked out, did some shooting here at the ranch, and then went over to NorCal Classic for a couple hours on Saturday. And that was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people there. NorCal Classic is or that event.
A shitload of people. A shitload of people. It's big, man. The NorCal Classic is big. I think there were 1,000 athletes, 988 or something.
Fern was in the
Had
Navy.
What?
Fernandez was in the Navy.
Okay. And Dave was in the Navy.
Yeah, but he was not. They did very different jobs.
Okay. You know what Fernandez did?
Supply officer.
What's that do?
Just move equipment from one place to the next, buy things. Yeah.
That's the term, ply, PLY.
Supply.
Oh, supply.
Really old school community vibe. There was a lot of affiliates there. There was a lot of people, the pop-up tents out in the grass. It just had a really neat atmosphere to it. Walked around the tents, talked to a lot of affiliates, met a lot of people. And so on the community side of things, I mean, those guys did a really good job. It was a really cool event. Like, I think what they've done there, what they have going, just being kind of old school, raw, authentic, was all really good. On the elite competitive side, there's obviously a lot going on there, that a lot of controversy. I think when you try, and I talked to them a little bit about this, like I told them I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do with the programming. I think when you try to do so many things outside of the box, you just set yourself up for potential issues. And so
what's he referring to? So many things outside of the box.
I think he's referring the gators, the boxes between the rope climb and the cleans,
the lunges, the lunging wall balls,
the lunging wall balls. Wasn't there initially going to be like some backwards shuttle runs or something?
Oh yeah. That I first I thought that was a joke, but I think there was a backwards run or something.
I think that was part of it, but then they switched it. But just stuff like that, like you could add just something.
How about the pullovers? Do you think that's like getting into the weeds?
No, I don't. No. I think that's starting to be like commonplace after Dave used it. Or what was it, Dave, or was it? I can't. Dave or Boz, one of the two.
I don't think Dave used. Oh, the pullovers. Yeah, it was Boz.
Yeah, at the games. Yeah, that was probably the year that. Anyway, but I think you use like one thing. Like, okay, we're going to do pullovers, or maybe we do the lunging wall balls. Like, I don't know. You start throwing random shit in there, it just gets gay.
There was a comment here I wanted to bring up. The shuttle cones not being even.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can. I mean, I as an event organizer like Dave, I get how he's interested in that, right?
I mean,
Like
it matters. Like your distances are completely different.
by what, like inches?
Feet.
Oh, is it feet?
Yeah, the graphic that I saw, it was not inches. Like you could tell from like a
So
distance.
basically, there were a line of cones, and people had to run to them, and everyone's cone wasn't like the same distance from where the starting line.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
love it.
I would recommend they do the basics really well, and then
The 25 lanes was the only thing that I was like, man, that's too many.
That was ludicrous.
But that's strictly from a telling the story perspective. Like, I mean, I'm so biased.
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe one or two things that are unconventional, but it's I wish that the elite side of the competition would have been run a little or been executed a little better, just because of a lot of the experience those athletes had, and all the stuff that's going on right now with it. But I think those guys did a really good job putting on a good community vibe event for all the affiliates and all the people that were there. A majority, almost 90% of everyone who came up and talked to me was really happy with the event and their experience. And they have a huge participatory element to it. And where, there's beginner divisions, novice divisions, etc. All of those people were having a very good time.
You know who I didn't hear complain?
Who?
Gazan and William Leahy.
Yeah. I mean, I think they got their shit on tight, so I don't think they would complain. And if they did, it wouldn't be until once the event was over.
We came, we saw, we kicked ass.
That's right.
I didn't
That's
hear
their
Colton.
job.
I didn't hear Colton complain.
No. People complain. People saying that he was complaining is hilarious to me.
And on that note,
Who?
I saw somebody on Reddit or something. They were like, I can't believe that Colton's complaining about this. Isn't he annoyed that people complain about their injuries, blah, blah, blah. Like, no,
Hey,
he's
dude,
not complaining. He's being completely factual about the fact that he hurt his back.
I stayed in the same house with him. I was with him all day, every day, pretty much, unless he was competing. I never heard him once say his back was bad. The only way I know is Souza was working on his hip at the house, and I wasn't paying close attention. I was probably stuffing my face with steaks, but I heard Souza say like, "Hey, dude, that hip, you got to get that hip fixed so that it doesn't fuck your back up or something." Souza said that was telling him it was connected, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I just heard he pulled out. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but he took that consult from someone else. I don't think he would have pulled out. I think that there's, I think his coach, who's heavily invested in him and who Colton really trusts, said, "Hey, dude, you got to pull out." And I think Colton listened to him, which probably is not easy for Colton. I didn't ask Colton that, but that's what I'm piecing together.
Just from the bits that I saw in Hiller's video, and then just from other stuff, he looked uncomfortable. Like he did not want to be doing that. He wanted to be out there on the field.
Did he say that on video? Where did he say that? In the broadcast that we did? He said that on video. The coaches told him. Joey Toto. Yeah, Joey Toto.
Community Cup is currently going on. So I did the first Community Cup workout this morning, intermediate division. I got 9 rounds at 7 reps. So that's
Wait, I thought it already happened.
No, I think it's continuous. It's like a couple weeks long or something like that. They release a workout a week or something, I think.
Is it too late to sign up?
I don't think so. I think when I was looking,
maybe I'll sign up for that. How would I know where I sign up? Like who would I what division I'd be in?
Yeah, it's still going on.
CrossFit
It actually
Games,
starts today.
Community Cup,
15th.
Community Cup, leaderboard schedule work. How do you I don't even see how you would fucking sign up.
So games.crossfit.com, and then
Oh,
you click
register. Okay, register.
community cup. Click that, and then you have register.
How is
Register button.
Haley? How is Haley's email in? Doesn't even use this computer. Devon Matosian at Gmail. How the fuck do I know what my password is? Oh shit! I'm.
Oh wow, it looks
screwed.
like Huh.
Was that where you would be? Oh, I don't even know my password.
I want to register, but it just keeps sending me my competition dashboard. I wonder if I can just submit scores and that'll do it, because I did the Open this year.
I'm gonna go to forgot password.
Huh.
Why does it want to auto populate my wife's? I'm just curious. I'm just curious where I would be, like which group I'm in. Am I just like with shit bags? Okay, go back here.
Novice, intermediate, advanced, pro.
CrossFit courses, media, games, store. Jesus, I lost the
No, you got to go to the games.crossfit.com website.
Oh, community cup. Okay. I'm gonna try to register right now too. Can't forget my password. I just put it in, right?
Yeah, I think so.
My brain's not that mush. Okay. I would be in the I would be in the 50 to 54. How do I know what level I'm at? It doesn't
I
say.
don't know.
Affiliate, unaffiliated, team, no team. North America West. Accept invite. Week 1, 3 workouts. Oh, wow.
3 workouts in a week?
Guess it's just 1 week long. Yeah, 3 workouts this week. Continue. Check out.
Oh, it's letting you do it? Oh.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in like Flint.
Maybe it's because I didn't do the third workout of the Open.
Express checkout, PayPal or Venmo.
They take Venmo?
Yeah, I don't even know. Continue to payment. I don't even know how to do any of this. Oh, geez. They want my credit card. I don't have any of that stuff auto-populating. Should I go to PayPal? All right, I guess I'm not doing it. Well, sorry, after all that. Back to the weekend review.
Jumping overs and 10 snatches with 50 pounds and 5 hand release push-ups. I think the snatches were definitely the hardest part. The box jumps were hard, but they were just slow, box jumping overs. The push-ups were actually just annoying. It was a good one. At first, I didn't think I was going to like it, but then I did. So I guess I will. I'm following as Cap posts them, or not Cap, the workout of the day posts them. So I guess I'll do the next one tomorrow. But still time to sign up. Still time to compete in the Community Cup with the 5 different divisions: rookie, novice, intermediate, advanced, and pro. So, and each one again is scaled appropriately for your level.
Yeah,
This
what's my
Wednesday-
level?
Or not this Wednesday, in a week from now, so 8 days from now, Tuesday, June 17th, so a week from tomorrow, we have a webinar for firefighters that we're hosting on the YouTube channel that I'm really excited about. I think we definitely need to experiment more with things like this. I'll probably have the team schedule one for LEO and one for military shortly thereafter within the next couple months. And basically, we have some of our crossfitting, firefighting experts, people like even Johnny Mack from our team. He retired as a firefighter. Dustin Virgil, he's an active firefighter. Who else is involved? There's a number of people involved that I'm forgetting right now. Oh, even Sevon's buddy, who's on his podcast, was Bill Grundler. Bill Grundler is going to be involved. So we're going to have all these people who have significant time in fire kind of facilitate a discussion where you can zoom in or log in and have a discussion and learn from them on how to implement, how to get over barriers for getting CrossFit involved with your firehouse. So there's already a lot of people signed up for it. I think what's really cool too is we're kind of using this as a test bed for to see interest in the community being interested in the topic specifically for their needs. And what I mean from that is it could expand or grow into further educational opportunities, or even maybe a course. I think a course would be great, but we have to see that there'd actually be demand and interest for it. So Firefighter webinar, Tuesday, June 17th. If you're in the firefighting world and you're interested in hearing from CrossFitters who are also firefighters and have expertise in that, in linking the two together, it's definitely for you.
So he does not do, he does, it's like really difficult to find this. And he doesn't say where to find it, and he doesn't put it in his comments or anything like that.
The webinar?
Yeah, this webinar.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I found it. So you have to like Google a bunch of bullshit to find it. But anyway.
Hey, Sousa teaches firefighters. Sousa has a pretty big contract with the massive fire department.
Right. Yeah. And I think
they should have Sousa on that board, on that group call too.
Yes, they should. So I found it and I put it in the chat because I know there are a lot of people who are firefighters or work at fire departments.
How did you find it?
I just looked up CrossFit firefighters webinar, and then it popped up, and
page 17 of Google.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll put it in the description of this show, but I also forwarded it to my wife to send to her department.
Oh, that's cool.
She's going to try to get a bunch of her people to go to this webinar, Zoom into this webinar. A lot of the people on her shift actually do CrossFit, which is awesome. So they all just throw down in the middle of the workday when they're
Does it cost money? Does the webinar cost money?
I think it says register. Let me see. I didn't look to see how much it would cost, but it's making me put in a bunch of details.
Hey, can I click that link you posted in the chat, or can people click links in the chat, or no? It doesn't work.
Yeah, they can click links in the chat. I also put it in the description, so if you really want to, you can do that. But I'm going to sign my wife up just because she's the firefighter and not me.
All right. While you sign her up, I'll keep playing. Oh, here, Liz R. The levels are 1 and 2 rookie, 3, 4 novice, 5, 6 intermediates. Yeah, do they just stick you, Liz? Do they just stick you in? I think I did pretty shitty at the open, so I'd be on a low level. If I'm on a low level, then I'm going to do it and kick ass. You know what I mean? A little home cooking.
Layman. So here's what's happening with Kale. So I'm going to read this. This year, after the 2025 Open, it was brought to our attention that the community questioned the validity of Open workout scores from a high-level finisher, Kale Layman. Kale finished in 5th overall in the men's individual division. He followed all the rules as outlined in the 2025 rulebook, but his performance validity came into question through other avenues, mainly the Mayhem Classic. We rely on the integrity of the community, and we listen when they point out inconsistencies. As a result, we have investigated further with Kale as well as additional sources within the community. While we could not get the proof we wanted, we also could not disprove the validity of the submissions. Therefore, we will not be invalidating his times for the Open, and the leaderboard will receive no changes. So that is where the Kale Layman situation stands, and that's where it'll end for this season. Maybe we'll see him try for the last chance qualifier. I know he pulled out of Syndicate, but wish him luck on his journey going forward. Maybe we'll see him in the Open again next year.
I don't believe Kale Layman. I'm officially on the side. If I had to bet, he's a fraud.
I think he's a fucking dirtbag, and he's an absolute abomination to being a military officer. I cannot believe.
Can we find out if he got in trouble?
I can try, but it's going to be pretty unlikely they did anything more than just low-level reprimand, like within his own leadership. I think it's disgusting. You are an officer of the United States Army. You went to West Point, and you are a cheater. You are a cheater. That is one of the. That is like a cornerstone of being in the military. Is you will not cheat, you will not lie, and you will not do something so devious and not fess up to it. If you were to do any of those things and you did not, and you don't fess up to it, you're a piece of shit. You are untrustworthy, and you cannot be allowed to lead soldiers of the United States of America into battle. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that last part really hits home. Why would anyone want to be shoulder to shoulder with you in battle when it's all on the line and you're a liar? Yeah, I don't.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, what did you think about CrossFit's reasoning? Like, hey, he didn't break any rules.
I think it's annoying, but I understand that they can't. There's no way to prove it because he doesn't have any video evidence, and I guarantee you he wasn't going to fess up saying, "Yeah, I actually didn't do that. I'm not going to post it."
Yeah.
You, it's insane. It's ridiculous. I cannot believe he fucking did that.
All right. Sorry, Kale. I wanted to believe in you, but you're a douche.
Side note: the Firefighter
Definitely
webinar
keep
is free.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's free because
Wow.
I just signed my wife up for it. They send once you sign up for it, they'll send you a link. It asks you for like your rank in your department. So whatever your rank is in the department, you'll say that, just delineate that, and then they'll send you an email.
So non-firefighters shouldn't be signing up. Like if you're just like firefighter adjacent.
Probably not. It's probably not. I mean, it could be useful, but it probably won't be. It would probably, if you're a firefighter or a paramedic or somebody that works in the firehouse, it would be beneficial to you. He said that they were going to make some other ones later, but attend those or something, or just show up and make him want to do more of them. How about that?
Phil B, that's the problem with the Open this year. If your judges signed it off, you didn't need a video. 2 judges even, right? Did you need 2 judges?
I think that was for quarterfinals.
Paying attention to his performances and how he's doing.
Steve Pash. Kale has got to be kind of dumb too. How do you not pull out of mayhem after just a couple events and say you're hurt? At least maintain the illusion of elite fitness. Yeah,
No way. He wanted the attention.
The lie going. Just keep the
He
lie
wants
going.
attention. Exactly.
Oh, damn. That's a good point. Someone just said, how about Dave saying he uses Google and not the affiliate map? Damn.
That's yikes. Good point.
Maybe he's doing a quality control QC on Google on SEO, search engine optimization.
Now let's jump into comments. At Extremist 1978, hey Dave, just finished my level 2 here in SoCal. Big shout out to Renation CrossFit for hosting. Thank you, Mike. Also appreciate the seminar, Pat, Nick, and Gary. I was apprehensive about going, and they really did meet me and everyone else at their level and work with them. My comment last week for Communication Cup prize was not about a big prize, more small, maybe just a paid spot to CrossFit Open 26 or a Rogue gift card 250, just something. That's a good idea. So there would be, so the winners of, you're suggesting the winners for all the Community Cup divisions, the 5 divisions. Not a bad idea. Maybe we can send them something. Back to the level 2. Glad you enjoyed the level 2. Level 2 is one of our level 1 exposes people to the CrossFit methodology and the movements and shows them how to do them safely and teaches them the why behind CrossFit. And it's the foundation knowledge needed to becoming a coach. But the level 2 is really, it gives you feedback and evaluates you on your coaching abilities at the time. So level 1 could have up to 40 people. Level 2 will have no more than 21, sometimes 28, depending on number of staff. We have another way of saying it is we have a 1-to-7 ratio typically for the level 2. For level 1, we have a 1-to-10 to 14, depending on how we staff it. So the level 1, you do not get to teach people. You are taught. At the level 2, you are then expected to teach in the groups. And then from your teaching, you're given feedback. So as you're in the development of being a coach in CrossFit, the level 2 is really a great course for becoming a better trainer. So glad you liked it. Thanks, Runation CrossFit, for hosting. And then good to hear about Pat.
Have you done level 2?
No, I haven't done it yet. I just took my level 1 again. I had to recert on it because that expired. I took it last year. I heard Pedro did though, and I heard he said he loved it.
Yeah, people. It's kind of, I'm kind of hearing that it's kind of like the new level 1. People love it to death.
I have to find one that's close to me, so I'll go to it.
Jessica Valenzuela. Well, I need to sign up for my level 2 now.
There you go. Nice.
Pat, Nick, and Gary, they're all senior staff. Pat Barber, Nick Tomlinson, Gary Villegas. They've all been around for a very long time. So great trainers, great level 2 trainers too. and I was apprehensive about going, and they did really meet me and everyone else at their level and work with them. And they meet you at your level because you're evaluated for where you are currently. And so that's what makes it such a good course. There's no expectations for you being a super coach or even a really poor coach. They're just going to give you feedback for where you are at the moment. At Phoenix Rhino, Dave, how do you determine what affiliates you will stop into when you are visiting an area? I covered this one already. At Ola Pu Gong Bay I5787. When will the stepper or step machine make its appearance in the games? That's a great question.
Did he say poo?
Yeah, I heard poo.
I think they'd be great in the games. I think
The step machine? What the fuck is a step machine? This?
Like the Stairmaster.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, doesn't that sound kind of
at the
stupid?
moment.
Yeah, no more machines. Throw away all the machines. You can keep the rower in for a minute. That's it.
I thought about it for a second. Like the only way when somebody it's this thing.
I mean, I want one of those, but not for the games.
Yeah, I think so too.
God, oh man, Dave, please no. Did he say that's a good idea?
He hasn't said yet. He just brought it up. So
At Phoenix Rhino, Dave, how do you determine what affiliates you will stop into when you are visiting an area? I covered this one already. At Ola Pu Gong Bay I5787. When will the stepper or step machine?
Driving home today from Livermore, or driving home from Sacramento today, Susan and I were left in the morning. So all 3 days I got up, I had a perfect shit, and then I worked all day, and then I came home and ate. But the days were perfect. This morning we were driving home, and it was like 9:30. We'd been driving for an hour, and I was like, "Hey, dude." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm gonna shit my pants." And I had this crazy shit coming. Like I thought it was a fart, and I started to push it out.
Oh no.
And it wasn't.
Oh no.
And that threw everything for a fucking loop. And like I'd gone past, like, because I thought it was a fart and it wasn't. I was like, uh-oh, and I kind of committed to farting, but it was overcommitted to shitting, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And holy fuck, dude, it was crazy. I didn't have the gurgling inside.
Yeah.
I didn't have the gurgling. Yeah, it was so greasy. It was the weirdest shit. It was so, like when you wipe your butt with the toilet paper and it just slides away. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was like that.
And you just got to keep wiping for like the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, oh man, it was so close. And he's like, "Hey dude, there's not another gas station for 11 miles." And then we looked at an exit and there was one, and it was a Chevron, and it was so clean and nice. And good. I parked, and I'm gonna go, "You got to deal with the car." And I walked inside all weird. And then my eye saw the toilet and like told my butt to start shitting. I'm like, "Dude,
stop. Wait.
Yeah, what are you doing? You're not in charge of shit." No, there was plenty of toilet paper. It was crazy, but I was so happy.
That's so crazy.
I was so happy.
Make its appearance in the games.
Hey, Pool Boy, did I see Pool Boy in there?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, Jenny has video of me running into the medical area, I don't know, whatever I did to you, to practice my resuscitation techniques on you. I didn't even see her in there filming. It was crazy.
That's a great question. I think they'd be great in the games. I think
they'd be great in the games. He said it.
I think I need to see a model or a version that would be appropriate for the games. And what I mean by that is it has to be built. It has to be able to handle the demands of the games. It has to be able to take a lot of people going through it. It has to be built. It has to be pretty intuitive and simple to use. It also has to be. It has to visually make sense. It can't just be this big machine.
I might call him and yell at him for this. This is so stupid.
What would be
kind of the dumbest fucking thing ever, dude. This show, he's let Kale Layman fucking stand at 5th, and now he's talking about putting a fucking Stairmaster in the games.
The only way I could justify it is if they'd made like how they did the marathon row, but you make it like the stair stepper for like to climb the Twin Towers. Like if it was some sort of like hero workout for 9/11. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's
Nice,
so I was
Caleb.
like,
Nice.
okay, you can like turn it in. You do.
You
It's like
got me. You got me out of stupid. I'm still only giving it a 2 out of 10, but you got me out of just fuck you. You're an idiot.
100%. I think you throw the athletes in like bunker gear or something with a tank on their back, and then make them climb up
Okay.
the Twin Towers in distance.
Okay.
That's the only way I see it working.
And then when they're on the 40th floor, there's a grenade that goes off underneath the. Hey, why not just take him somewhere and have him run stairs?
Yeah, like how they did the Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
Yeah, or didn't the Capitol have steps?
Like 7 of them.
Oh, all right.
That the individual gets swallowed up into it and you don't even see them. So I think they're a great tool. I would love for them to be in the games. I just have yet to see or find or have contacts with a version that I think is appropriate for the games.
Stupid.
Hi, Dave. With the Last Chance qualifier, use the same video process as in affiliate semifinals. All public videos, public review. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. At Mike Halpin. I think he's one of the name's familiar. I think he's one of the guys who covers CrossFit. Hi, Dave. With the Last Chance qualifier, use the same video review process as or he might be a photographer, as in affiliate.
Is he talking about Mike Halpin? He's just a dude. He's just a weird. He's just a weirdo.
Wait,
God,
he might be a
he's so
photographer.
Fucking weird. No one know you know why Dave probably thinks that, because I think he was I think the last time Dave saw him was at the Lazar swim event, and I think he had a camera there. I low-key forgot about him. Yeah,
Me too. That's so funny.
God, he's a trippy cat.
I think he covers CrossFit.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe he's a photographer. I don't know.
He's a morning chalk up reporter. Yeah, he had some weird like 3D camera, like 180, 360 camera at the Lazar thing, and he was like, I'm working with the investigators. I have all the footage, and he built some timeline and shit. Yeah, Halpin's timeline. Yeah,
Halpin's timeline. That's right. Halpin the photographer.
Halpin, I think, takes photos for Morning Chalk Up too. Okay, there you go. Is that thing still around? Morning Chalk Up?
Yeah, I don't know.
Semifinals, all public videos, public review, and voting by certified judges, etc. If yes, is there a date when that will be completed after the Last Chance qualifier? So the Last Chance qualifier will not have the same video process as the in-affiliate semifinals. They're running it on their own, and they're going to have their own standards, and they're going to have their own way of running it. We've been giving them a little advice and guidance, but it is not adhering to our.
Who's they? What did I miss there? Who's they? He said,
is he talking about the athletes? Like the athletes are not adhering to the standards properly?
Standards for execution. And again, one spot will come out of that. At Sam Vell running, oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. At Mike Halpin, I think he's one of the name's familiar. I think he's one of the guys who covers CrossFit. Hi, David. Last Chance qualifier, use the same video review process as or he might be a photographer, as in affiliate semifinals. All public videos, public review, and voting by certified judges, etc. If yes, is there a date when that will be completed after the Last Chance qualifier? So the Last Chance qualifier will not have the same video process as the in-affiliate semifinals. They're running it on their own, and they're going to have their own standards, and they're going to have their own way of running it.
Oh, okay.
We've been giving them a little advice and guidance, but it is not adhering to our standards for execution. And again, one spot will come out of that.
Like there's a group of people setting up the Last Chance qualifier that are apart from.
Or I think it just was a little confusing, but I think by they, he just means the athletes that will be invited to do the Last Chance qualifier.
Oh.
I think that's what he means. Oh, they, the affiliates? Zika? I don't know. We'll find out. That was vague.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I was not.
Okay, so I'll call Dave tomorrow and be like, hey, tell me about the Last Chance qualifier. And those steppers are stupid. I mean, they're cool for my garage. I want one for my garage, but not the games.
Right.
Crying out loud.
Right.
At Sam Valenzuela.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy? There was this dude at Syndicate. I don't remember his name. He's the medical guy.
Josh Hicks.
Yeah, Hicks. And he walked up to me and he was really nice. And he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey. And he's like, you know who I am? I'm like, no. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but I'm just cutting to the chase. And then he's like, "You called me a fucking idiot on the podcast." I'm like, "I did?" And he goes, "Yeah, you told me I should shut the fuck up and stop talking." I'm like, "Oh, that's fucked up." And he was super nice, like no tension. Do you know what I mean? No,
Yes.
no. He was not fronting at all. Just cool.
No.
Just cool
Yeah.
as shit. So I shook his hand. I'm like, "Hey, cool to meet you, dude. Thanks for coming and saying hi." So then later, I think I told this story, but fuck it, I'm gonna finish it. Later, fucking Pedro's fucking had like cracked a tooth or something.
Yep.
And I think that's standard for European men. Something happens to your tooth.
I think that's just a UK, Ireland thing.
And so I was outside. Someone else was broadcasting. I forget. They replaced me with like Haley Adams or some shit. And so I went out and I saw poor Pedro was like not like I could just tell he wasn't himself. So I went outside and I got on my phone outside Syndicate Crown outside in the back area, and I got on my phone and I'm start looking for emergency dental services. And I'm calling places. You know what I mean?
You're trying to get Pedro with a $10,000 fucking medical bill.
I didn't care. You know what? I would have paid for it. I would have paid for it. I didn't give a fuck. I'd have fucking like sold my car. Like there's no
Okay,
way.
alright.
There's no way you can have a cracked tooth and not someone help you. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
He needs help. So I come back to him. I'm like, "Hey, dude, I called this place and they're gonna call me back or something." And that's what Pedro said. He goes, "Who the fuck's gonna pay for it?" I'm like, "Who cares? We'll figure it out. Put it on credit card or something. Figure it out."
Who the fuck's gonna pay for it?
Yeah. Wow. Yes. That was the first time he had talked in like hours.
You fucking lost your mind.
So this dude, Josh Hicks, then I was outside talking to the guys again, and the medical guys again, and the dentist place, and he goes, "Hey, dude, what's going on?" And I told him, and he got Pedro all straightened out. I mean, he didn't fix his tooth, but
Yeah.
he spoke to a dentist, a surgeon. He got him like the temporary meds he needed, the gel to hold his tooth in place. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was but I
He
called the dude a fucking dick and he didn't care,
I'm
and he helped Pedro. Like he
that
could have just been laughed and walked away. I mean inside.
yeah. I've worked with Josh probably a handful of times, just at like Wadapalooza and whatever other stupid events get put on. And every time I work with that guy, he is insanely nice, extremely helpful.
Yes.
He's always willing to find me another job. Like
Yes.
he was like, I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, it would be cool if I could like go to Spain and work the Madrid or something like that. And he goes, let me know, I'll hook you up. But at any time, ever since I worked with him the first time, he's always been extremely helpful. And everybody I talk to that's worked with him thinks the same.
Yeah.
So
He was cool. There was
he's very cool.
nothing. There was nothing. He did nothing weird.
No, he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I saw him, it was like I hadn't had like 2 years of hiatus where I hadn't seen him. It was like, "Hey, what's up, Caleb? How's it going?" I was like, "Dude, hey." And
Yeah.
when I told him, so my wife wanted to work on the medical team for Syndicate because otherwise she was just gonna be sitting around not doing anything. And so I was like, "All right, well, I'll reach out." And then as soon as I texted Wilson about it, Wilson said, "Yes, of course." He texted me like simultaneously and said, "Dude, thank you so much. For we really need the help."
Yeah,
And
he's
I mean,
cool.
he doesn't have to do that. Like, but yeah, he's really cool. I like him a
Anyway.
lot.
Yeah. He did not have to do shit. And he went out of his way. It's not even like I asked him for help. He heard me and came over and was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, I mean, the medical team does not have everything you need. You know what I mean? Like you can only plan for so many contingencies.
Can't have
You
a heart
don't
transplant.
you can't have a heart transplant. You can't have fucking dental on standby. Except for one time we had a doctor that worked the event and she was a dentist. That was pretty cool. But it's not like she has the equipment to fix those things. Like you have band-aids, you have Vaseline, you
He's
have
I think now that I remember it, I think Hicks sent his dad out to a pharmacy to get something for
wow.
Pedro. And I was
Wow.
like, "Dude, we can send someone." He's like, "Nope."
Yeah. I'll take a fucking Lime scooter over there and I'll pick it up.
Yeah. I probably
Yeah.
should have slipped him a hungy.
That guy deserves a blowjob.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely shouldn't eat a bag of dicks.
No. He's
Do you
good
recommend
people.
Kodiak safes? I need one and have been looking at those in Liberty Safe. Let me know. So this Kodiak safe, it's Kodiak, I guess, is one of the safes within the Rhino Metals line of safes. Rhino Metals, really great company. I have their safe at home too. I have one of the really giant ones. They're out of, I think, Boise, and the owner is a former fighter pilot, Air Force guy. And so he's done a great job with this company. For here, I put one of their Kodiaks in, and I like the Kodiak a lot. I've had a Liberty safe before too. They're all great safes. I'd recommend Rhino and any of theirs in their collection. So Kodiak being one of theirs, I think it'll be fine. One piece of advice on safes. Someone gave me this a long time ago, and you always hear it. Always buy a little bigger than you think you're going to need, because you're definitely going to end up using something if you get to using the extra space that you bought. So go a little bigger than what you think you're going to need. At BM Bruce McCaughlin or B McCaughlin.
I don't own a safe.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I have a box with a lock on it, but I don't own a safe.
Dude.
You have a safe?
Yeah.
How do you move it around?
Well, I have a lockbox. It's called a Vault-Tec gun safe. And that one I carry with me if I'm ever
Yeah, I got a little one like that.
if I ever need to fly somewhere, or if I'm like
I don't have one
going
like that.
anywhere that like I can't have like a full-blown safe. And then I have like like an actual safe. So I have one of these. It's got a keypad, and I can keep a fuckload of money and jewelry and my gun in there.
Yeah, I got something like that. I don't know how big that is. I got something like that.
This is probably the size
I
of a
don't take it out.
handgun.
You take that out of your house?
Yeah.
You throw that in your backpack?
Mm-hmm.
Has it ever popped open on accident?
Not even once. So
How do you fly? You put a fucking gun in there and then just throw that thing in your suitcase?
Yep.
You tell them that there's a gun?
Yep.
Can anyone do that?
Anybody can do that.
Do you have to have paperwork?
No.
They don't ask you where you got the gun from? You don't have to have like a little and nothing?
No.
Hey, there's a gun in my... You take the bullets out?
Yeah. So I remove as long as the
Are there bullets
round
in the case too? Mine has a shitload of bullets in the case.
Yep, that's fine, just as long as they're not within the actual gun itself. So you can have them in a magazine and remove the mag from the pistol.
So I could steal a gun even, put it in that, and fly with it. They'll never know.
Yes.
That's not something they check. When you move a gun around, they don't check.
Correct.
Just like a car, your wallet, or your dick.
Correct.
I had no idea. Like when I buy a ticket, like just online at united.com, there's like a box somewhere that I just have never paid attention to. Gun in suitcase.
No, you just go when you go to the front. You have to do it at the desk. So you have when you go to fly and you check your bag.
Yeah.
You have to say you declare it. You say, "Hey, I have a firearm," and then you open the case. You show it to them, and they just say, "Okay, it's safe."
You
to travel."
open the case and show it to them.
Yes.
So you're at the airport at the United desk, and you fucking that thing pops open, and then you're like, "Look, there's my gun." Does the fat lady who works behind the counter, fat Thai lady or fat black lady, touch your gun?
No, but she does freak out.
Oh, they do. Wow.
Every time.
Wow.
The one time I was
Do
with
you touch your gun? Do you touch it? Does anyone pick it up and like flip it over or anything?
No.
No
I
one
just show
touches
them
the
that
gun.
I just show them that's there.
And it's just sitting on a piece of foam in there with like a stack of hungies.
Yep, exactly. I traveled with
crazy.
my unit. We had 4 assault rifles and 1 like sniper rifle. And we opened up the safe and she was like, "Oh my god, it's so scary." I was like, it's not going to hurt you, I promise. There's not even rounds in it.
Oh, Avery says they just make sure it's locked.
They just make sure that it's not loaded.
Oh, do you have to? So if you have a revolver, do you have to like?
You don't
roll
have
it
to.
out?
They don't like examine it. You just have to say, "Hey, it's unloaded."
So fat fucking lady behind counter at Spirit Airlines can look at my gun and tell if it's loaded?
No.
Oh, she cannot. Okay. So she's not qualified really for the job. Okay.
I've learned a lot of things in the past year, and it's alarming.
The
It's alarming.
security theater.
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you a story after this about, I'll tell you a story after this.
Wow. Like the time you got onto the plane, you had a gun on you on accident. Somebody. Oh man. Oh God. Okay. You're gonna have some good stories when you get out of the military.
Coughlin. Personally, a little disappointed at having overhead squats in the community cup. I would not want to put my name on a leaderboard knowing that my best would be at parallel, not below. I am sure there will be a broad spectrum of execution. I understand it is a great test and a CrossFit staple. Good luck to all who participate. I may do it regardless and simply not enter a score, but then it's not as competition.
I can't relate to this at all. You're not going to sign up for the community cup because you're embarrassed of what your score would be. Like, I seriously don't.
You're not Colton Mertens.
Yeah, hey, dude, this lady fucking walked up to Hiller and said, "Hey, I used to be a judge and I don't judge anymore because I was too embarrassed because I didn't want to I was afraid I was going to get called out by you." I'm like,
You
how? Like, how do these people not have other lives?
You know what the response is?
I don't even I can't even pretend to fake to understand that.
The response is my dad he's a perfect response for this. He watches Hiller's videos religiously. He watches them all. And he will make sure that he's paid attention to it and understands the story. He'll ask me for background on it, all of it. And every time something happens or every time I'm about to go to an event and I'm like, it's possible that I could see Hiller or like maybe Hiller's in the area. He's like, "Hey, make sure you tell Hiller that I try my best to move exactly the necessary way because I don't want to be in one of his videos."
Wow.
I work at moving better because I want to I want Hiller to appreciate the way that I move.
Right.
My dad's like 60 years old.
He must think that like everyone in the world's going to see it or someone. No, like
100%.
Dear people, everyone, no one actually cares. Like they're typing in the internet, "Fuck Brooke Wells and her fucking burpees," and then the second they put their phone down, it's gone.
It goes away.
Yeah, they never think about it again. They don't even remember sending it. No one cares about Taylor stepping in front of fucking Dom DeLuise's athlete. No one cares about what's his name, Brett Kavanaugh. What the fuck was that kid's name? Nathaniel Bone. Whatever, the young kid with the hot mom. No one.
Nate Ackerman.
Yeah, dude, it's over. Like no one. Don't you have shit going on at home? I'm more concerned about what the fucking thermostat is set at when I go to bed at night than like almost 99% of anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I have clean underwear? Fuck, today's a good day. You know what the best part of the weekend was?
What?
When we got there, we went to the Rayleighs and I bought a little bag of Tide Pods.
Nice.
And I did the wash every day and kept all my clothes clean. And that was like so deeply satisfying.
That's good. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
I put them in at night when I would come home from whatever athletic event I'm filming. Then they wash. I hang out with Colton Mertens and Taylor, and then I hear the washing machine beep, and I put them in the dryer. And I wake up in the morning, they're clean. I'm like, damn, life's good.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
if Hiller makes a video about me, I can just do a load of wash.
Feel better. Feel clean.
Zeke Batista for Caleb's story. $1.99. Caleb's story. $9.99. Wow. And a kiss.
I'm not telling this story. It's not
age appropriate.
No, I don't know. It's like a safety thing, and I don't want.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't.
Next thing you know, everyone's making bombs out of batteries and paper clips and they've learned it from this podcast. No,
Yep.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We just talk about titties.
Yeah.
It's one of our 9 foundational movements.
We have censorship here.
It's one of our basic, we teach the air squat, then the front squat, and then the overhead squat. And there are some flexibility demands. Maybe you're speaking more about your specific ability or lack of ability to do it because of overhead position or whatnot. But
maybe you're just a kook and you think too much of yourself and you're self-absorbed.
That's also
not,
very
not,
possible.
not your dad, though, Caleb.
I would not want to put my name on a leaderboard knowing that my best would be at parallel, not below. Okay, so for some reason he can't get below parallel in the overhead squat. It's even a movement we've had in the open. So like the overhead squat at this stage of competition, totally appropriate. And I will say this about where we're at in this stage of competition. So
I told these motherfuckers at the fucking house, I told these fucknuts, we got to this house and it's hot as shit outside. It's 110. We go into the fucking house. There's a thermostat downstairs and a thermostat upstairs. Last year when we went to this house, the AC wasn't working upstairs. So Colton Mertens was sleeping and the upstairs was 89 degrees. So Susan and I and some other people, I think Hiller, we went to fucking CVS and we bought 4 oscillating fans and we had them blow air from downstairs and we put them on the stairs. And I think we had extension cords to try to blow air upstairs where Colton was sleeping. It was fucking hilarious. This year, when we rented the place, my wife double checked and said, hey, is the AC working upstairs? They said yes. So we got there. Of course, the AC was set to 75. The house was hot as fuck inside. It was probably 78.
Ludicrous.
Yeah. And we turned on the AC and we shut the doors, and it took probably 8 hours to cool the house down to 68 degrees. The next morning, I wake up and someone has adjusted the thermostat to like 70 degrees. Gathered everyone in the house. I said, hey, there's 12 guys in this house. Which one of you faggots lowered the thermostat to 68? Which one of you has fucking no fucking testosterone and thinks it's okay to lower the fucking heat at night when it's 110 outside? It's 100 at fucking night there. And you use an extra blanket, put socks on, you fucking pussy. I was fucking like, you're out of your fucking mind.
When I saw you say something about it.
Someone tried to blame Jenny for that. I was like, no. Jenny's like, I didn't do it. And if it was a girl, I kind of would like that. I know women get a little colder, but holy shit. Oh, dear women, you're not allowed to touch the thermostat. Faggots and women, you're not allowed to touch the thermostat ever.
Did Rios just admit to a crime?
Yeah,
okay.
Probably.
No, he said I didn't do it, but it was cold. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was
came
cold.
from Australia, though.
I agree.
Dude.
It was cold. I agree.
He just came from Australia. Yeah, I heard you complain about it, and I was like, "Oh, Grandpa's having hot flashes again." But then I thought about it. I was like,
I think someone
you know
wrote
what?
that in the chat too.
I was like, 69 degrees is like where I like it. 72 is way too hot.
It was so hot outside. And here's the thing, like you could open the door and you just watch the thermostat go up. And I was like, man, we need a little preemptive, like chilling on it.
Yeah, that's bad.
Man. I don't know where, I don't even know where John slept. I never saw John, like, except when he was drinking Ovaltine.
Hopefully
he left his
car
dude.
So miss it.
He left his Ovaltine there when he left. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try some. So I go in the fridge. He drinks low fat milk. I couldn't do it. I'm like, and there's no fucking way. I was like, oh, I'll have some whole milk and some Ovaltine. I'll see what this is about. No fucking way am I drinking low fat milk.
Aren't you supposed to drink Ovaltine with water?
I don't know, but you definitely don't drink it with blue, like
with blue cap.
I would rather. Oh, that's a I just think it's so lame. Anyone who drinks low fat or non-fat milk, I don't even get it. On every level, taste, intellectually, emotionally,
just don't drink milk.
Yeah, just don't drink milk. Yeah, there you go. It's literally a grandpa's chocolate milk. Yeah, and with low fat milk, it's just bizarro world.
You had the open, you have the community cup. So the community cup, right or wrong, is for everyone. And why I say right or wrong, maybe we should have opened it to everybody. But it's open for everybody who did the open. And so if you did the open, now you have the second level of competition, the community cup, that you can sign up for.
quit CrossFit.
meaning
Go to
you do have CrossFit
F45.
experience
You're
and
a
you have
dude.
some
What?
CrossFit baseline,
Yeah, just
and you
go.
have capacity in CrossFit. So kind of stepping up movements, even though I don't think the overhead squat is a real step up in movement, and including it in the community cup makes total sense. If we were doing a competition completely for new people and people who have very little CrossFit experience, I think the overhead squat might be too much. But at this level, I think it makes sense. At Gil Minow 1, have you ever thought about using a VersaClimber for the games? Got on one the other day and it was brutal. Same sort of thing. I think a VersaClimber has its place. It could be useful. I don't think I've seen one that I would really feel confident to give it the abuse that would go at the games and multiple people, multiple heats, and maybe that's built rugged enough for the demands. Because even in this, so here's the other thing with the stairs.
Anyone who's suggesting machines to Dave for the games, go fuck yourself. Go jump in a lake.
Stepper or the VersaClimber.
Quicksand. Sorry, quicksand.
Both of these, what we're suggesting by including them in the games.
Listen. Someone just texted me and goes, "Oh shit, I'm never talking crap whenever we talk now." Listen, I don't mind small talk. I don't mind a little small talk, but not like we're sitting at the bar. Small talk away. Like I want to hear everything. I want to hear like where you bought your kid's shoes. I want to talk about like where you're getting your next boob job. Like I love all that stuff. Talk about like how you bitch slap someone at the fucking CVS, but not if we're relaying information back and forth. That's it. Okay. Peace and love.
Is going to be in a race environment, and at a race environment, pushing them to their extremes, making them go as fast as they can, or making them like you're going to test these machines to the limits of what they're capable of.
Do you remember when CrossFit was we don't use machines, we are the machines?
Yeah.
Now it's just we're stupid. Now we're stupid and we're stupid like you, CrossFit.
What was really cool about Syndicate was watching the athletes actually run. Like watching them jockeying for position. They would drop the yoke and just take off in a dead sprint, and then watching them do the turns. And I watched, who the fuck was it? It was two like teenage kids. They were like, or maybe they're not. I don't know. But there was two of the younger guys in the field, and they were literally like next to each other in the lanes, and they would come in from the run, like to go to their yoke, and you could see them just like shoving each other on the way down to the lane.
Yeah, Will Leahy got in a shoving match with some random dude in the run. It was dope.
Yeah.
No, was it Will Leahy? I think maybe it was. I don't remember. But someone got in a shoving match.
Then you see them drop the yoke and they come out. They come back at the same time. They make the turn at the same time. You still see them shoving each other. Then they make a turn, like the very first turn, and the dude like ends up going into a swim move, and then you like see him just take off. And then one of them, then they kind of disappear off, and then they come back, and one of them's like way ahead of them. Like that shit's fun to watch.
How about there was some semifinal a year or two ago where like the final event there was like 800 meters on the runner. Like this is RJ Mestra.
Yeah, it was somebody, whoever was next to him. Yeah,
it was crazy. I'm like, who does this? The final event is Hey, it's people who don't understand drama or sport. Listen, the NorCal Classic was so awesome, and I'll remember it for a long, long fucking time. And it's like the time I took a taxi cab, and the driver was 500 pounds, and I was in there with my girlfriend, and he goes, "Hey, I'm so sorry, I have to pull over and pee." And then he pulls over, and he doesn't get out of the car, and he just grabs a Gatorade bottle and pees because he's too fat to go into the bathroom and pee.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I'll never forget that taxi cab ride. That's the NorCal Classic. I want to ride in that taxi.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
I saw a video today where a guy was talking about working in a prison and what it smells like, a female prison. He was talking about how it smells like pussy and ass mixed together, badussy. And I'll never that's a job. He'll never forget that job. I'll never forget the NorCal Classic 2025.
Have you seen this thing lately that's been going around of like women who are in prison and they like record a video trying to get people to pay them like prison money? Like to load up their account so that they can buy stuff from the commissary in prison.
How's the video getting out?
I think I don't know exactly. I think there must be some program that like the prison's allowing them to do, but they're like,
hey, my name's whatever. I'm from Idaho. I'll freaking suck your dick when I'm out of here. If you want, I'll just donate here to this number, IP number, blah 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 blah. It's
really
crazy.
it's suck your dick.
It's something. That's what I heard. I've seen a couple like that. It's crazy.
Okay, send me those. I want to start seeing those. I'm gonna do a whole show on those. I want to
Okay.
help support those. I want to help support those women get what they need. All right, here we go. Oh wait, where's Dave? Oh fuck, I fucked that up. God, oh my goodness, I need to get back to my kids. Tomorrow, Patrick Sprague is on the show.
Handling, and I don't know.
James Sprague's father.
I think so. For the stair stepper, for example, I think there's a point where you get it going as fast as you can, and you can't go much faster. And maybe that over repeated, it's not built to stay at those speeds. On the Versa climber, I just don't understand, or not understand. I don't have a lot of experience with it, and same sort of thing. I think both. Let me back up even. Both might be way better training implements than they are for tests at the CrossFit Games. At least at this stage, and at least without way more experience using them, way more testing, way more evaluating, way more putting them through their paces. And for this year, that has not happened. So maybe in the future they can be included. But again, like look what happened at NorCal. So for example, pushing the Gators, that turned out to be a disaster for them. They both pushed differently, and even we've dealt with similar stuff with the sleds, similar accusations in different lanes being different.
Is he still going on about the Versa climber?
Evaluation that goes into these equipment that's going to be included at the games, so you can work through that. And for each of those devices,
no one cares.
In the stair stepper, haven't
no
found
machines.
one that I think would make sense for the games. And
no
machines. Climber, same
no
thing.
machines.
I don't think I've seen one that looks games worthy.
No machines. Okay,
right.
That's the end of the week in review.
Week in review. I have a busy week coming up. I'll be doing some more traveling. I have a busy June, but
okay. So I'm gonna throw this event. You ready?
Okay.
I realized something today about the NorCal Classic.
What's that?
Okay, and then I have to go. But listen up, everyone. This is I'm such a fucking genius. I've reached that age where I'm just smart about everything. It costs $400 for the elite to register for the NorCal Classic. $400. So I was thinking, if I'm Matthias Porter, super stud, and I don't know if I'm going to go to the games or not. I know I have some stuff to work on, or if I'm Han Solo from Hans and Molenberger. If I'm those guys,
Hans Molenkamp.
Yeah, Drake, Lewis, and Clark, all those dudes, right? They're good. If I'm at that level, and even if I'm not at that level, even if I'm like a more Shipbird level, like I don't think who's at Shipbird. I don't know who's at Shipbird, but there was a Wes Peters there and a Traven, and there's just all these dudes there. I would go to an event that I knew Colton Mertens would be at, and I would pay $400 just to compete against him. He's a game, or if James Sprague was going to be at, I would just do it.
Really?
Just to get in the reps. You put in that much, you worked that hard, and I would do it. So I just realized, oh shit. So I'm going to throw this event, and I'm going to have like, I don't know, maybe I'll call it the Colton Mertens Classic, or I'll do it at the ranch and call it the Castro Classic or something like that. And basically I'll get a nice little sponsor, and it'll be $400, and it'll be like, I'll have James Sprague there. And James Sprague will do all the programming. So basically you can't beat him, and he'll get half the registration money. And if like you beat him, you get $1,000 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's 6 events over 2 or 3 days, and there's only heats of 6, and
I like that.
Yep. And then I film it, so you get to go against the fittest guy in the world, his programming, or one of the top 10 fittest guys in the world, his programming, and you get all the media experience. We stream it and just suck your cock for fucking 2 or 3 days, like real media shit, not this dumb shit, like real, like the cool shit, like the, you know what I mean, like finish line mics and all that fun shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, here's Han Solo. Me personally, the price is worth the experience against the field of play. I fucking knew it. He's the fucking product.
Yeah.
The Colton. Colton's the product. Like people are like, yeah. Plus, I have 10 plus athletes from my gym competing, so I get to spend time in my community also. Yeah. And it's just once a year, and you just do it, and it'll be the coolest fucking event ever. I just don't know who's going to run it or program. I know I'm going to broadcast it with John and Bill.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. So Sevi is hosting the Unprofessional Podcast Classic next year. Yeah, maybe that's what it'll be called.
UPC.
No, I think it. Yeah, what's it? What would it be? UPC.
UPC.
Oh, yeah. No. The whole point is that it's programmed by the athlete that you compete against. Jazzy Brent says JR programming. No. I want the athlete to feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you go there and there's
there's
6 workouts and it's all on James's all the shit he wants to do. And if you want to, if you beat him, you get $1,000. You double your shit back or whatever. But you also get all the experience of
and the exposure.
All right. Biomaxpeptides.com. Okay. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, everyone, for watching. See you tomorrow morning. Patrick Sprague will be on the show, 7 a.m. See you guys later. Bye-bye.